these are probably some of the more interesting PC stuff which I have seen over the last 4 years. There are a few of them, so let's go through one by one. Thank you to EZ DIY FAB for passing me some of the stuff to take a look at. I met them first time through Arjun at Computex last year, where they were showcasing really interesting power adapters, heat sinks and power cables. And I have a few of them here today. Starting on the left, there's a 24-pin ATX power adapter with infinity mirrors. Next, we have two PCI power adapters for our graphics cards and two pairs of power cable extensions in black and white. Okay, I have already opened them. For the 24-pin adapter box, there's the 24-pin adapter, followed by the ARGB cable to interface with the motherboard, as well as a sticker, a branding card, warranty info, and a quick start guide. Do check this manual because it gives you important info on how to plug into the motherboard and how to connect the ARGB. The PCI power adapter boxes are similar, so I'm just going to take a look at one. Inside we have the adapter, followed by the manual. And as for the cables, oh damn, looks like one of them had quite the flight or cruise here. Wonder what had happened throughout the journey. Was it a flight, was it a cruise, or was it the guy who's moving the stuff around? I'm not sure. Okay, let's first take a look at these cable extensions. Both come with a safety and warranty guide and their set of cable combs for the different sets of cables coming right up. The black set, which is actually black and grey, consists of the 24-pin ATX for your motherboard, two sets of 6-pin power cables, one 4+4 EPS for your CPU, and two 8-pin PCIe cables. And as for the white set, there's a 24-pin, one 12-volt high power, and two EPS power for the CPU. The braiding for the sleeving is quite well done. It is thick and protects the cable leads inside well. The extensions are rigid, but there seems to be enough malleability to flex the cables into the angles that you want. The individual connector housings also feel very sturdy, but I have to see if they are easy to install and remove later. But overall, the extensions feel very strong and are of a good length. For the 24-pin infinity mirror adapter, it looks like a spaceship with sharp angles and a blocky shape. It is light, and although it looks a bit unassuming, I assure you it is not. Does anyone know what these Japanese words mean? And on a first glance, where are the infinity mirrors? Let me spoil it for you, they show up when you use this adapter to power on the motherboard. And as for these two portions, the one with the pinouts is for your 24-pin power cable from your power supply, and the one without goes on to the 24-pin power adapter on your motherboard. The two metal pins at the back is where you insert the ARGB cable. This 24-pin adapter does not have a crazy design, but I think it's both functional and simple, and I believe it comes in both black and white. Next, I have the two PCIe power adapters for your graphics cards. The purple one is a 12-volt high power, which is now the older standard, and the other with the newer standard, the 12V 2x6, comes in red. This 12-volt high power is specifically the Shield 180 degrees standard model. It is shielded because it looks and feels more reinforced as compared to the 24-pin power adapter. While the ATX power adapter feels more like a plastic and is lighter, this 12-volt power adapter feels heavier, and I think it's made entirely of aluminium. 180 degrees means that the connector that goes to the power supply is on the PCB together with the connector that goes to the graphics card. And standard means that the +4, the data line on the 12-volt high power connector, is on the top, while reverse means reversed. You can see on the red 12-volt 2x6 power adapter, it is a standard 90 degrees with the portion that goes to the PSU at the bottom to allow the power cables to come from the bottom. I like the design on these adapters. There's a cool indentation on the top to give it some layers in lieu of a flat design. Both of these adapters do look like mini collectible toy cars. There are two other variations which you can get, which are the 90 degrees and 180 degrees reverse adapters. And they also come in both black and white. Let me just show you quickly how all of this work. So let's first begin with 24-pin ATX power cable. The one I'm going to use is the white one. Pretty long, and there's a lot of rows of cables. Yeah, I'm just going to show you how it goes in. It's just like a typical 24-pin cable. Yeah, you can see that I'm kind of struggling because it's very snug. It's very well done. Everything is very, very strong. There is no like wobbling or whatever. The cables are very malleable. You can see that they can bend more than 90 degrees. I think it's 90 degrees. There is like movement, but you know that cables are perfectly seated inside the housing of the 24-pin header. This is an extension, so you need the extra power supplies. You can just easily plug this in. Yep, similar to the 24-pin, it's very tight. there is no issue about it coming off. So from here, if your motherboard is inside a case, we will stick this and hide behind the case. So to remove it, just press this like 24-pin handle. Okay. And you can do the same here because this is very new, so be careful when you pull it out because it's so hard and tight. You don't pull the 24-pin header out, so slowly wiggle it out and see it comes out easily. Okay, next up we have the EPS power connectors for the CPU. Because I only have one black cable, I'm going to mix it out with the white one. So it's similar to our typical EPS power cable. You can split in half. If you have 8+4, for this guy it has both 8+8, so I can use both. You can feel a very good click if you insert the power cables well, and as you can see it's very flushed. So let me do the same for the white one. Yep. Everything is very snug. I've got a few cuts already because everything is so hard. There is no issue about having any electrical hazards. At this current juncture, if you feel that your cables are very messy, this is where the combs come in very handy. So the first thing you have to do is to separate top and bottom cables. So you can see there's actually 4 each. From here, you can use the comb and attach to one of it. I have a 4-piece one over here, so you just click it in. You can also put one here. You can slide this guy in. If you want to make it very clean, I think you can use hooks for both sides. From here, you can decide where you want the clips to be at. Do you want to be at the bottom to be as tight as possible, or do you want to start straightening only at the end of the power cables? You can decide how tight of a cable band do you want using these combs. After we are done with the sleeve cables, let's go on to something fun. So let's start off with the 24-pin infinity mirror adapter. Yeah. So you can see that there are 2 headers. So this guy goes to the motherboard, this one goes to a power supply. So I believe this guy is also LED strip. Yeah. Same, because it's gonna plug like that. So tight. Is it in? Do a visual check. Make sure that the notches on the motherboard align with that of 24-pin mirror adapter. So now for the lower part, it's a bit tricky because it's at the bottom now, so I have to figure out how I'm going to plug this. Actually, a much better way will be to plug this guy in the power supply first before plugging it into the motherboard. So let's just do that. Struggling to remove this guy is very, very tight. Okay, there is no notch to press down, so you just have to slowly wriggle it out of the 24-pin adapter. Make sure that this guy doesn't come on the motherboard. Yeah, you align it and go in. Okay, before I forget, make sure to connect the RGB cable adapter if you have not. You can see the port is here. Yeah, there's only one way for the cable to go in. Just push it in and make sure that it's flushed. And click it. Give it a slightly more to make sure that it is flushed. Take a look from another angle, very crucial, because you want to make sure that connection is good so that the power can flow better. You can see it's a 3-pin ARGB, so you can find a 3-pin ARGB header on your motherboard. I have 2 over here, so I'm going to use one of them. There you have it. So I've turned it on. So you can see quite a nice infinity mirror going in the glass display. It has layers and layers of colors of ARGB. Very nice contrast to the all black design on the adapter. I kind of like this one very much. This one will definitely look more obvious inside a full PC build because you have an all black build. These colors will light up very, very nicely. Okay, next, I'm not going to test the 12-volt high power sleeve cable, the white ones, but I'm going to show you the 2 PCIe power adapters for your graphics card. So let's start off with the purple one. This is the 12-volt high power, 180 degrees standard. So let's first install our GPU, RTX 4080, so very big one. You can just plug it in as per usual. So like the power cables, make sure that it's flush. Now you can see we actually have a slight problem. I have one big air cooler here. I have one big GPU here. How am I going to route my PCIe cables? This applies to also if you are using the ATX 3.1 or 3.0 600 watt power cable for power supply, or you are using 3 standard 8-pin PCIe power. For this adapter, I recommend that you install these power cables to the adapter first before you install the adapter to the graphics card. So let's do that. However, I'm also facing another issue. Let's rotate to the back. The hook on the adapter to the notch on the GPU is very tight. No way my finger can actually go to press the hook to remove this for graphics card. So I have tried it. You have to probably use something like a pen, a pencil, or a screwdriver to press onto the hook to remove the adapter from the GPU. Okay, so before I set up my GPU and my adapter, I know that my GPU is going to be here and my adapter is going to be here. So I have preset the cables to route to the right and to the top first. I also included the 3-to-1 splitter cable for the 12-volt high power. Notch is here and the hook is here. Like the sleeve cables is very tight. You know it's good when the level is straight and center. Then now I can install the adapter to the GPU. I still see quite a problem because everything is so tight over here. So you have to, maneuver the cables around, make sure there's enough space for the cables to go. I think it'll make a lot more sense when this guy is inside a PC case because there is probably more room and those rubber grommets for the cables to go through. Okay, good. I hear the click, I feel the click, everything's in. So I'm just going to show you how it looks like from the side. It's technically straight and center. You can see it's flat. But the issue, as I said, this 3-to-1 splitter cable is not ideal for a situation like this. Preferable option was use the single 600-watt 12-volt high power cable so that everything looks cleaner and there's more room for the heat to move around the GPU and the heatsink. If you want to use this guy, make sure to use a single 600-watt power cable. So next up, we go on to the red one. This is the 12-volt 2x6 90-degree standard. So this one is compliant with the new ATX 3.1 standard. It is on paper better than the previous ATX 3.0 standards. The power leads inside are more reinforced. There should be less issues of melting cables or even fire breaking out of your graphics card. This adapter itself is actually better than the previous one. Why? Let me show you right now. Unlike the previous situation, I don't need to install the cables to the adapter first. I can just plug this one in. Yup. And because this part goes to the power supply at the bottom, I can easily reach the cables from here and plug it. This is very, very good, especially when this entire setup is inside PC case. Now we can install the GPU first without trying to find a way for the cables to run around. The only downside is the cables have to be in front of GPU. If you are not a fan of this, you can opt for the other one, but you have to contend with the cables at the back. The thing you have to take note, the splitter cable here is not exactly ideal also because it does have some weight to it. So make sure that you have enough slack for the cables to run and you're not giving too much stress and bending the cables. The single 600-watt power cable is ideal for the adapter. If you are to mix it up with the white sleeve cable, I think it works because you have one red adapter and you have one white sleeve 12-volt high power cable. So it does look like a Singapore flag. Yeah, but hopefully we can get to see ATX 3.1 white sleeve cable coming out soon because if this is ATX 3.1, it will be better to also have the ATX 3.1 compliant white sleeve cable. I had quite a lot of fun taking my time to look at all these cool devices from EZ DIY FAB. The 24-pin infinity mirror power adapter is especially very, very interesting. But here are some points which I would like to let you know in case you are interested to buy these adapters. They are pretty well built, especially the pcie adapters. The housing and sleeving is very well done and it fits really well in the relevant power connectors. But that said, I have to say it again, make sure to double check the relevant connectors or sleeves that you plan to use are fully flush with the connectors that they are meant to be on. Especially the one for the graphics card is very important that is flushed. There are a few cons. The first one, try not to use a big air cooler like this one. It just blocks everything. For example, you won't be able to see the colorful lights on the 24-pin infinity mirror adapter. As I've also shown, the cables don't have much room to maneuver if you have a big cooler as well as a big graphics card. A better option would be to use a smaller cooler or even an AIO where the footfall of the cooler is not that big. The AIO is only probably 1/4 the size of this graphics card. In this situation, 90-degree adapter is way better because the cables go from the bottom and it looks a lot cleaner if you use a single 600-watt power adapter. The second thing is for the infinity mirror adapter, you will definitely need to connect the 5-volt ARGB adapter to the motherboard. I think you will still be able to glow without the adapter, but you will not be able to change any of the colors that you see because you don't have the cable to interface with the relevant software such as ASUS Aura Sync, Gigabyte Fusion 2.0 and MSI Mystic Light. I initially thought that the ARGB in the adapter is built in, but I realized that you still need a certain medium to interface with the motherboard to interface with the relevant ARGB software. Is it possible that EZ DIY FAB can come up with a version that does not require the 5-volt ARGB adapter in the future? Maybe everything can be computed inside the infinity mirror adapter itself. So the last point I would like to reiterate again is the not so good feature on the 180-degree adapter because like I said, because of where the lever is, everything is so tight, especially when you have a clump of cables. There is no way for my finger to go in and I have to use a certain tool to press down on the lever to release this from the GPU. Hopefully EZ DIY FAB can come up with a better solution than this because yeah, this is not exactly great. The red one, the 90-degree version is way better in this context. I can decide between using a sleeve cable or the power adapters, but I'm definitely going to use the infinity mirror power adapter very often in next builds. This part is usually one of the more forgotten areas. It's very nice to be able to see glowing stuff at that corner. So if you like this video, watch my other content in this box and catch you in the next video because we're going to see more of this.